So before we jump in the video, let me give you some background and context on what is about to unfold. So a couple months ago, back in March, I believe, Yvan Lacroix reached out to me. Yvan Lacroix from DIY Detail reached out. So we decided to make a collaboration video together. Love him or hate him, I was really curious to try his unconventional method, like finishing with a rotary, for example. So I've been following Yvan for many years, back when he was at Optimum. Then the whole DIY Detail product line, which I thought the brand name was not for me at first, but we've seen the brand having so much success. Their YouTube channel has seen so much growth. And then Nick and Yvan came out with the 3, 5, and 8 years ceramic coatings. And I didn't think much of it at first, but boy, I was wrong and on all of it. So in this video, Yvan Lacroix and I are gonna detail a brand new G80 BMW M3 competition in tanzanite blue. We're gonna do the whole 9 yards to it. And I'll have a second video with a Q&A with never ask before a question. So are you guys ready? Let's get to it. Hey guys, we have Yvan Lacroix on the channel today. Welcome to my place, Yvan.
Thanks for having me, Frank.
Yes. All right, so today we're gonna have a Q&A in a second video. And I'm gonna have a BMW M3 competition, a brand new one.
Yes.
For us to detail and try your products.
Excellent.
That sounds good?
Yeah, let's bring the car in.
All right, let's go. All right, Yvan, so is there a difference if I use hot water or cold water? Does it matter?
No. Have a water that's comfortable for you.
All right.
So in the summer, I use cold water. In the winter, I use hot water.
Excellent.
So we have 4 gallons of water in our bucket, which means 4 capfuls.
So the pre-spray is only to add lubricity, right? Or is it going to clean better?
It's going to clean better because what you're doing now is we've emulsified the dirt on the surface.
Yeah.
Now the little bit of traffic film and dirt, because you've already pre-rinsed it, that is going to break down the dirt that is there, the traffic film. When we hit it with a sponge, now we have lubrication already in place. The dirt's already starting to break down, so it makes it a lot easier for us.
It'll just come off.
Yep.
Okay. You have 2 sponges?
Just one, so go ahead.
All right.
All yours.
So barely dripping. Is that?
Yeah, squeeze a little more.
A little more.
Yep.
Just on the verge of dripping.
Just on the verge of dripping, yes. One day there'll be a t-shirt that says that.
So when should I flip my sponge for a car dirty like this? It's not super dirty.
No. Do a panel or a section, like half the hood,
okay.
Then flip to the other side.
And I've seen you guys in a couple of your videos.
Right.
You do like a second pass with the other side. When do I have to do that?
If it's very dirty, then I like to do a second pass. In this case, we're going to be claying it and we're not going to be rinsing beforehand, so a second pass is a good thing.
A second pass is a good thing. Okay. Well, it glides really nice, I have to say.
So we'll take the red side of the sponge.
Yep.
And we'll go along the rocker panel here. Probably the dirtiest part of the car.
That's right.
So we've picked up a bit of dirt.
It's black.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Right. So you don't need to go down to the grit guard. You just need to literally touch the bucket and it cleans.
There's no magic trick.
No.
So guys, we have the truth revealed here.
Yeah, you've seen it on video, but people think it's fake on video. It's not fake.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
All right, Ivan. So the fact that the dirt released just that easy like this, it's because of the sponge.
Yes, the sponge in combination with the Rinseless.
With the product, okay.
They're designed to work together. Engineering at its best.
Okay.
I'll follow behind you with the iron remover and the decontamination tunnel.
Right. Sounds like a plan.
So this vehicle doesn't have a lot of mileage on it.
No, like 1,000.
Oh, okay.
But you feel it?
A little bit, yeah.
It's really contaminated. Maybe it sat for a while. So I'll do the top first.
Yep.
So what is it with some people are saying that the iron remover are pH neutral, and you have other people telling us it's actually acid. What is it?
It is pH neutral in the bottle. As the iron remover is converting the rust to an oxide, it becomes acidic.
Okay.
But on the surface, it's not that acidic. It's not it doesn't all of a sudden change the surface to a pH of 2 or 3.
Okay.
It just goes from a pH of 7 to maybe a pH of 6.
Okay, when it reacts with iron,
Right.
the iron itself. Okay.
Well, it actually doesn't react with iron. It reacts with rust.
With rust.
Yeah. If there's no rust, this doesn't react.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need oxidized.
Rusted.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Is it the YouTube channel? Where's the main reason of your success?
The YouTube channel helps.
Yeah.
And the YouTube channel, our marketing strategy is very, very simple. Mm-hmm. Give them education, and if they like the products, they'll buy them.
Yeah. No bullshit.
Yeah. So
No false.
no
promises.
Yeah, no hype.
Yeah.
Just teach how to use it.
Genuine marketing, right?
Yeah. So Frank, the iron remover is starting to dry on the hood. Nothing to fear.
Nothing to worry about.
It'll rinse off quite easily.
All right. Little sheeting effect. Do you attribute that to maybe a dealer wax, or it's just the fully decon surface?
Fully decon surface. It's new paint. It only has 1,000 kilometers, so
it's naturally sheeting.
It's naturally sheeting.
Okay.
The best beading you'll ever see is a car straight out of the body shop, right out of the paint booth. That's the best sheeting and beading you'll ever see, because the surface is pure.
Yeah, makes sense.
Mm-hmm. We're just going to lightly spray it over the surface. We don't need to put a lot on. And then if you want to get a microfiber towel,
sure,
put it in a rinseless bucket, fold it, and then you're just going to agitate this.
So if we had minerals, would that come off with the polishing step?
It will come off with the polishing step, but this is getting it off before the polishing, so the polish doesn't have as much work to do.
Okay.
And at the same time, if you had water spots on the surface, water spots, you never want to remove a water spot by polishing, because the minerals that are there, you're actually driving them deeper into the clear coat, and they're going to come back.
Because of the heat? Or?
Because of the heat, because of the friction. So this removes the minerals. You might still have etching caused by the minerals, but the minerals are now gone.
Okay, get it.
Yeah.
Guys, stay tuned, because later in this video I will tell you what product from DIY impressed me the most, and I will also tell you my thoughts on Yvan Lacroix unusual approach. Okay, so let's get back in the video. Would you say that's right?
As long as it's not drying, you're good. And if it does dry on the surface, it's not that big a deal, but you don't want to...
But not in the sun.
No, you don't want to force it. You don't want to force it.
Okay, so now I'm just giving some mechanic action to help the product work better, right?
Exactly. And you're not flipping the towel, just the same side of the towel for the whole vehicle.
Okay.
Because we're spreading it out. We're using, the towel just as to agitate lightly the minerals.
Okay.
To dry their cars,
Okay.
They're not only removing the water, but they're also evaporating some of it on there. So every time you wash your car, you're getting more minerals piling on.
Okay, I get it. But in this case, I've seen such a difference before we used the water spot remover and after.
Yes.
There's such a big difference, and this car just has maybe a couple months, right?
Yeah.
But all clean by itself foams a little bit, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
right?
it does. It foams well, but the Incredible Suds just allows it to dwell a little longer.
Okay.
Frank, I notice you have your light out here.
I do.
Right, and I know why. You saw me with the clay towel, and you're thinking, this whole thing is going to be marred up. Have fun.
All right. So we can show on the camera. There's absolutely no swells. Obviously, this car is fairly new, but as you can see, this is an inspection light by Scan Grip. There's absolutely nothing on the paint. There's a bird poo here that it's stained that we're gonna take care of, but there's no clay marring. You know, when you clay and you put some pressure, sometimes you'll have like a sanding effect.
Yes.
Once you dry the car, but in this case,
Nothing.
I'm honest, I have to be honest, I see no difference.
Yep.
I see no marring, no traces. And this paint was contaminated quite a bit.
Yes.
I told everyone earlier, this was really grimy.
Yep. Now, we still have to rinse the wheels, but we're not going to be coating the wheels in the traditional way. We'll be using quick beads. Much easier, because these wheels are very, very intricate. To me, every spoke should be $20 if you're coating it. So this is like $1,000 per wheel. They're just very, very intricate.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
So
quick beads, it's a spray and rinse.
spray and
I'm
rinse
guessing.
ceramic, yeah, with graphene in it. It makes coating wheels a lot easier. And every time you wash the car, a couple sprays, they'll be good for a long time. So Frank, what do you think of the 25mm polisher?
I'm surprised because I have not tried that many polisher in the past, but this one, I have mine, obviously, but other than that, this one is super smooth, obviously. And the 25mm, I'm used to 15.
Yeah.
And it cuts great. I'm not seeing a much more difference than that. It does its job. Does it vibrate more? No, because I was worried about that.
Yes.
But I would have to use it a little bit more to give you my full thoughts about it. But first impression, I like it a lot.
Right. But we're going to be finishing this car with the Rotary because Frank has never finished a car with a Rotary. So you're going to finish a whole BMW with a Rotary.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I trust the process.
Let's have fun.
Okay.
So when you're using a Rotary, if you want to create swirls, there's a couple of ways to create swirls.
Yeah.
Okay? Or buffer trails. One is put it up on an angle. Another one is add pressure. If you keep it flat and you basically don't hold on to the machine, you won't have any buffer trails. So just let the machine do the work.
Yep.
You've hired the machine, let it do its job.
And that's enough to remove any haze or whatever we have left from either the previous step or fine swirls.
Exactly.
I'm gonna wipe this off.
Yep. Wipe it off. Get your inspection light. We'll see. Now, no pressure on the machine.
Okay.
Use your trigger lock. Yeah, go for it.
Flat.
Flat, no pressure. And don't hold on to the machine.
2 fingers.
And 2 fingers at the back too.
Oh, okay.
One on either side. Yeah. The less you hold on to it.
Yeah, I'm just kind of following the flow.
Yeah.
It's not dragging.
Towel first, then the dry towel. And you're not trying to remove everything with the damp towel, you're just breaking down the polishing oils.
Okay. So we did have the hood.
Yeah. And now your dry towel.
just by wiping it off, I feel it's a different kind of technology of,
Yeah.
of what I'm used to. I feel it's very different.
See any buffer trails?
No?
But look at the metallic here, and look at the metallic where you didn't polish.
Oh wow. It's popping that much, so much more.
Yeah.
I'd say at least 50%. I can believe it.
Yeah.
Go back on the other side after that. Obviously you see it's metallic, but it's not as great.
Right.
Such an improvement. And this car has no swirls pretty much.
No.
We just glossed it up, and I did half the hood in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed.
So you polish, I'll wipe off behind you, and we'll get it done in an hour at
Okay.
the most.
So just one is enough.
1 or 2, that's all you need. We're just going for gloss. We don't have any paint correction to do. We're just enhancing.
Okay.
So
Is this a good example?
yeah, now you're still a little wet, so you can do a little
Okay.
further.
Okay.
If the machine starts feeling grabby,
Also, maybe that's what
Yeah.
that's what I was feeling over there.
yeah, if it starts feeling grabby, that means you're
Okay.
missing on lubrication.
Okay, got it.
So we polished, we wiped off the polish with the rinseless wash. This is a formality more than anything,
Yeah.
just to make sure it's an insurance. Panel prep, we don't spray on the vehicle.
No, okay.
It's a great way of wasting product,
Okay.
and you risk damaging the vehicle because you can super clean an area.
Oh, really? Okay.
Right, so we spray on our towel,
Yeah.
and I like to use a short nap towel for this. And now I wipe,
Yeah.
and while it's still wet, you wipe with the second towel.
Okay. This one seems very different from what I've
Yes.
seen. The smell and the flashing effect.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's smooth, it's easy to do, and what we're doing, the reason we're wiping it off while it's still wet is now you've floated any oils or contaminants to the surface of the panel prep, then you wipe it off.
So you pick it up.
Right.
Okay.
If you're just working the towel in, all you're doing is working the dirt back into the panel.
Okay.
So we just need to go around like that,
Of course.
and it's designed for our coatings. So if you're using another brand of coating and they have a panel prep, use their panel prep.
Okay.
But if you're using DIY coatings, you're using DIY panel prep.
So if you want this panel prep, you need to switch to your coatings too.
Yeah. And the reason we suggest that you use the same panel prep as the coating you're using is they're engineered to work together. A lot of people will mix and match panel preps.
Yeah,
And-
that's what I do.
Yeah, and you may not get the best results from your coating because now what you're doing is some panel preps, as you know, have fragrances in them. Some have dyes. Well, those dyes might not work with our coating.
Okay.
Those fragrances may not work, you know, the brand A fragrance might not work with the coating from brand B.
Okay.
So if they provide or if they sell a panel prep designed for their coating, use that. It's a system. Follow the system and everything will be good.
Okay. But a clean and oil-free panel should be the same from one panel prep to the other.
No.
The other, no?
No. Again, fragrances are left behind.
Okay. So
Colors.
there's still something behind.
Yeah. Our panel prep, as an example, has a surfactant in it.
Okay.
That surfactant may not be a good thing for another brand of coatings. And some coatings don't even have a panel prep. So as an example, we have our C6 line of coatings. With the C6, we have a adhesion promotion polish.
Like a primer polish. That.
No, it's not a primer polish.
Okay.
A primer polish fills the surface. Ours actually opens up the pores and locks them in an open state.
Okay. Interesting.
So the adhesion promoter polish you can use with the DIY coatings, and actually that you can use with other coatings because it leaves nothing behind.
Okay. So let's say I had some haze from a previous step. Can I finish it off with it? Or
It has just a very, very little bit of abrasive in it.
so it won't really finish the paint?
No.
Okay.
It will, but it's not
It's not built for that.
you're not going to be cutting with it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do the sides and then we're good to go. Frank,
Yeah.
we have 3 coatings to choose from. Now, you know what your customer wants.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what the 3 coatings are, and then you can tell me what your customer wants. We have our 3-year graphene coating,
Yes.
and it's the only one that has graphene. And the graphene is there specifically for water spot resistance. It's not water spot proof, just water spot resistance.
When the car goes out or during the maintenance?
During maintenance. So
Okay.
if the person is parking beside a sprinkler or just sits there with a hose and, oh look, I can hose my car off, and then drives away. That's the type of person that needs the 3-year graphene. Then we have our 5-year, and some people have named it the king of gloss. It brings out the most gloss and depth to the paint.
Right.
And then we have our 8-year, which is our most durable coating, but also our most chemically resistant coating and best self-cleaning ability.
Oh, okay. Good
So
point.
it depends what you want. And then we also have the stack. So you can do the 5-year with the 3-year on top. And there's a very specific window. You have to wait at least 2 hours to put the 3-year onto it, but no more than 8. Because we're not putting it on top, we're actually combining the two chemically together.
So you don't want the first layer to dry too long.
Right.
Okay.
And that gives you phenomenal gloss and a bit of the water spot resistance.
Okay.
And then the 8-year, 3-year stack is our premium coating offering other than the C6 Hydro Light. But in the DIY coatings, that's the premium offering. And what that does, it gives you an extremely, extremely hydrophobic self-cleaning coating that is just slicker than you've ever felt.
All right.
Yeah. But what does your
sounds
customer
great.
want?
Well, he's not going to keep this for too long.
Right.
And I'm guessing the gloss is what we're after. here.
Okay.
So that's a 5-year.
Gloss
right?
it is.
Good. The ease of application is the same between the 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the 8 is actually the easiest one to apply.
Okay.
I don't feel a difference, but a lot of customers have said, oh, the 8 is so much easier to apply. Again, I don't feel a difference, but a lot of people do.
Okay.
So we have a foam applicator, probably something you haven't seen before.
No,
You're used to the little microfiber blocks,
Yes.
right? Okay. This is a lot easier. First of all, you don't have to hold onto it. It holds onto you.
That's right.
Yep. Our bottles are aluminum, so if you accidentally drop it on the ground,
Won't
it's
explode?
not going to shatter.
Okay.
Might dent, but you're not going to shatter. The first application, I need to prime my pad.
Yes.
So I'm going to put 10 or 12 drops.
That's it.
And then normally I box in a section, but in this case, I'm going to start in the center because I know I have too much on my pad. So I'm going to start in the center, and you'll see just how thick it is. I don't want it that thick.
Yeah. Okay.
I want it much, much thinner than that. So I'm going to spread it out as far as I can.
Circles.
Circular motions.
Why?
The reason for the circular motions, it gives you a much more level coating. And every time you start and stop with an applicator, you leave a high spot. So we've coated half the hood. Now it's quite humid in here. You might be able to hear the dehumidifier in the background. But what we have, you see that it's almost clear.
Yeah.
When 50% of it goes to clear, you take your first towel and level it off. No pressure, just glide it across the surface.
Oh, wow.
Because we're not removing coating, we're just spreading it thinner.
Okay. Should I try to buff off the whole thing or just going over and to the second towel after?
It's up to you. Don't overthink it.
Well, it's really slick and I'm not seeing much right now.
Yeah,
It's not buffing, it's just leveling.
yeah.
Okay.
We're not buffing anything, we're just leveling. And then from there, you take the insurance towel and just give it a quick wipe.
And if I put this in the window, it's not a good idea, right?
You can put it in the window if you want.
Okay.
It doesn't get wet.
Oh.
If it gets wet, you've got a problem.
Wow, that's so easy and quick. I can already tell I would save time.
Yes. And then from here, I'm just going to put 2 or 3 drops on the pad.
Yes, please. Overlapping.
Yeah. Now I always want to overlap where I've already done before. So we went up to this body line here. So I'm actually going to go past the body line to apply. And I go onto the front bumper and I go onto the fender.
So why do we do that? Why we go back overlap on the other panel that we just did?
To make sure that there's no missed areas.
We have a better coverage,
Yeah.
or the best coverage we can get.
Best coverage we can get,
And how much did you reload?
2
for the-
drops.
2 drops only?
Yeah.
And if I put another 12 on each panel, it's going to be too wet, right?
Yeah, no, you're not going to have a fun day.
Okay. So I still get great performance on the coating that way.
Yes.
Okay.
More is not better. And when you're wiping off, you want to make sure that you go past the panel as well.
Okay.
So you feel how slick that is
Yeah.
immediately, and in half an hour it'll be even slicker.
And is there a sign if I'm too late to the buffing, to the leveling? Would that be like a grabby?
Yeah, it'll be a little grabby.
So that's a
And-
sign that I'm too late?
Too late? Well, not too late. You just apply a little more coating on top.
Okay. So when it goes easy like this, the timing is right.
It's perfect, yeah.
Okay.
If you have too much on the surface and your towel feels like the first towel feels like it's grabby going over the surface, then you're too soon.
Okay.
Or if it feels like you're moving liquid around.
So grabby is too soon or too late?
Well, the too late, you'll wipe and you won't get rid of the high spots. It won't be
Okay.
grabby, it won't get rid of the high spots.
Okay, you'll have to reapply.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Your low pile towel, can you wash them and reuse it? Do you recommend that? Or you
Yeah,
recommend
as soon as you're done, you put it in your rinseless or your soap bucket, so anything with surfactants, for at least 15 minutes, and that will basically stop the coating from cross-linking. Every coating manufacturer, including us, tells you don't wash the car for 7 days.
Yeah,
Why is that?
to let the coating cure. And not,
Right. But
not
if you
use surfactants.
Yeah, not to use surfactants. That's actually for the first 3 days. The other part of that 7 days is because of delamination. So it's pressure that can actually damage the coating or separate the bond from the coating to the paint.
Okay,
So if we,
pressure from the pressure washer.
no, pressure from someone applying.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I like the fact that you still have sometimes some leeway between the buffs, between
Yeah.
the leveling. I'm used to like a 30-second leveling.
oh no, it's 2 to 5 minutes. Now the humidity is rather high in your shop because of us washing the car and all of that. But normally if you're working by yourself, do a panel, then level it. Do the next panel, level it.
Yeah, I like to work a full panel, like when you're splitting a door in
Oh,
3.
no.
Put that away, pick up your coating, reapply, reuse your towel.
Yeah.
It's never ending, right?
And if you can drop your humidity to like 30 or 40%, then you can do half the car almost before you have to level.
Half the car, okay.
Yeah. Frank, have you ever had what I call a phantom high spot? So
Yes.
you wipe the car, it's perfect. You come back a half hour later and there's a high spot.
Yeah, I close the light and I use my inspection light and
Yeah.
it's still coming back.
Right. What's happened is you've actually put the coating on too thick. It's forming a skin, but under that skin you still have a lot of solvents that want to come out.
Ah,
They come out, you have that high spot again. You level it. You might have to do that 2 or 3 times before you get that. That's what happens when you put a coating on too thick.
okay. So if I wiped it off 3 times, let's say, is it going to be in a real high spot eventually?
No.
No, okay, it'll be fine.
Eventually the solvent will work out.
Okay.
But if you get a phantom high spot, keep your eyes on it for at least a couple hours.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
This one should be dry enough to go now. If you're new to the Detailing Dogma channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Frank needs a lot more subscribers. He's doing a really good work here. Encourage him, do that for you. And if you're watching on the DIY channel, well, go over to the Detailing Dogma channel, give him a heads up, say you came over from DIY Detail, and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you haven't done that with ours, do that as well. So we're putting it on the PPF as well. The coatings can go on PPF, on wrap, on anything you need.
It's going to last as long. We've been told before that it works with the PPF, but it might not last as long, or it might.
It depends on the PPF.
Okay, depends on the brand of the
Right,
PPF.
but it's not going to damage the PPF in any way.
Okay.
So Frank, what do you think?
All right, it's great. Really simple, straightforward. As far as the applicator, it's different, but I like it.
Yeah.
I'm not absorbing the coating. I'm just spreading it, right?
Exactly.
And we use very little of the coating itself. You showed me to apply a good amount, but fairly thin.
Yeah.
It's easier to pick up, and then I can't wait to see the car outside, the way it looks with the natural sunlight.
Yeah. It'll be very, very, very glossy. We'll see the metallic more than when it came in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was your first experience with polishing with the Rotary, or
Yeah.
finishing with the Rotary?
It was a bit nerve-wracking for the first time, but after this car, I guess I could be more confident for the next one. And the pad is soft, and even going over all the body lines, there's no stress if you're not applying pressure. Speed 1,
Yeah.
it was not a problem, and I've seen you remove a couple nasty stuff on this,
Yeah.
and it works great. I would have to give it more time behind the machine.
Excellent.
Well, I loved it.
Okay, my friends, so I had a really great time with Yvan and Sylvie. Yvan is a great teacher, obviously. He's also a very funny guy, and I did not expect that I was going to tell you that finishing with a Rotary was possible, but at speed 1, no pressure, and with the DIY jeweling pad, I was really impressed. The gloss was actually much better from the section that was unpolished. I've seen it with my own eyes. After that, the clay towel with an iron remover, the way Yvan did it, very light pressure, but a couple pass did not leave any traces. So zero, nada, nothing. And again, I was really septic. I'm a septic guy by nature, but again, I've seen it with my own eyes. Another impressive product was the DIY water spot remover. After we applied it and agitated with the microfiber towel, it changed the whole surface tension on the panel, and that car was pretty much brand new, right? 1,200 kilometers only. I also really liked their panel prep. It's very different from what I'm used to. It's not an IPA. You apply it with a towel. You don't spray on the car. It has a look of oil on water. Now, my favorite product of the day was the DIY 5-year ceramic coating. So easy to apply, easy on, easy off. You actually apply this very thin layer with the foam applicator, only 2 droplets for each panel. The slickness is beyond what I've seen before, slicker than CSL or Mohs, to name those two. And we actually pulled the car outside in the pouring rain an hour after, and Yvan told me there's nothing to worry about, and I asked him multiple times. So I'm very impressed by the ease of use and the user experience of the coating. I actually saved quite a bit of time compared to what I'm used to. We only use 2 towels for the buffing or the coating removal. Well, Yvan, we're pretty much done. I really appreciate your time coming here. Let me try your product and showing me your process. I really loved it. Thanks again for coming here. And thanks Sylvie for coming also. I really appreciate you guys. And with that being said, guys, subscribe, like, and we'll see you in the next one.